GGA land. Hi, I'm blocking everybody with my big head. And
big
trying
head
to make
toad.
sure that volume's working. Yes, it is. And unfortunately, we're about to get an echo. So
Feedback across the universe.
Echo.
Always going forward because we can't find mute.
Absolutely. So this is one of our siege leads, Mel. Keith Prossick, the lead artist on Arcane Arena. Abby Jocelyn, another siege lead. And we're going to do both an unboxing of Arcane Arena, done by GGA member Keith, and a first play as well. So thanks for joining us.
I do want to just kind of try, and also my partner Christopher Lucas, which I believe should be possibly in the chat room. We both did the game, so he designed the game. I did the artwork.
If you're in chat, please tell us something embarrassing about Keith. So this is the game unboxed already. Yes, we've got two versions here. This is the GGDA version. So we're going to unbox this one. Nice solid board already. But as you can see, we're kind of cheating on the unboxing. There's a second version here.
Mr. Stabby.
So let's start up with Mr. Stabby.
I mean, technically we have at least 3 versions here tonight because Keith also brought
Yep,
in some
that's
prototypes.
Yeah, I've got all of the old prototypes.
We'll go ahead
with
and
me.
rip since you spoiled our surprise.
Well, fine. You didn't tell me it was a surprise.
You want to rip some?
This is called collaborative present opening.
There we go. All right. So now we have some Arcane Arena for you to enjoy. It's a nice box. Beautiful art. Who did this artwork?
I don't know. He's a cruel, cruel boss.
There you can see it. All right. E for everybody. You saw that.
Actually, that's our logo.
2 to 4 players. Oh yeah, that is your logo.
The name of the company is Evgenius Entertainment.
E for Evgenius Entertainment for everybody.
Yep.
2 to 4 players, 60 plus minutes. I don't know if we'll get a full game in, but we'll have fun with it all the way. All right. Nice rules with pretty pictures and diagrams. Labels on the front and back of each one to show if they are to be used as evidence against you. No, I like that. Start positions. Nicely labeled. All right, how does it start with? It actually starts with components, of course, the description of it, all the backstory, layout, and all the rest. All right. Hey, there's a bar in the game if you're interested. Oh, that's the action bar. Okay. Whoa! Everybody needs more
Vodka
tokens.
requires 2 favors.
These are favors in this game, hit points, blood points, whatever you want to call them in everybody else's game. A nice folded up box, but this is a map, but actually feels a bit more solid than most. A lot of these foldy ones just fall apart when you take them out. This feels a good bit more solid.
I think that's what sold us on the company that was doing this, that they had an actually really good board.
Excellent, excellent. Plastic bags, not for wearing, but for, well, you got 3 bags of fate. And little standy thingies. We'll find out. Oh, I guess that's probably for this. There are 4 of these. And 4 of these. These look like 4 different colors of people. So I'm feeling that since it's a 2 to 4 player game,
It is a 2 to 4 player game.
these are the characters. So we got 4
Otherwise,
characters. Get different symbols, different colors, different looks. Good ways to break it on up. A jarring blow. I've never been punched in the jar before.
That's when you throw the jar at somebody.
Excellent.
Hopefully it doesn't have any good booze in it.
Jam.
So that's a lot of cards. All right, so we have 3 decks of cards here, but it looks like they get shuffled into one here. We've got the fate points. We have the character bits. Nice map. And nice rules. And I'm going to get behind the camera and let Keith actually tell us about the previous iterations of the game and how to play.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Well, this is Arcane Arena, and the concept is we are all monks that are coming to do a year's worth of training at this dojo, and the game is divided. There's 3 rounds to the game, and each round is divided into 2 phases. There is a training phase, and there is a combat phase. In the training phase, we are using our cards to be able to build up our deck, because that's the deck building side of it. And then we use those cards, and then we go into using the cards in the combat phase, and our cards control our character that is on the board. And then we cycle through those 3 times. The person who is standing at the end is the winner of all time.
So it's last man standing wins the game.
Kind of. It's one of those.
Or last
It's a
person
good
standing.
U.S.
Yeah.
rock'em sock'em type of game. So, but we went through a bunch of different phases on this game. I have here all of the different prototypes that we went through the design of the game. Are we good, Andrew?
No, I'm getting some volume issues. I don't know why, because it was working fine earlier when we did test.
Yeah, this is what we get for testing first.
Okay, no problem. I'm just gonna keep going with it. So we started with just a really basic, just you can see. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but just basic.
Printed out pieces of paper.
Yeah, each one of these. I made sure that I kept the original sort of
Black
clip
and
art,
white.
black and white, done in Microsoft Word. So we slowly have evolved over the time. This was our first prototype.
Yeah, I think, isn't that one that you took to a game night that James was running?
Yeah.
At one point too?
Yeah. Then we had this. This was our second variation of the game. And we decided that the box was way too big. So we cut the box down in size because there was just so much space on the inside. But like back at that time, we were using D20s for counting the hit points and just doing turn tracking until we came up with the character cards. Has the old logo. In our game testing, they're like, we don't know what the game, we can't tell what the game is called. So we had to redesign the logo, and then I think in the original, is this it? No, hold on, let me, falling.
It's running away.
We had, like, give an example of what we did during the game testing is we had the way that you would read the cards and the numbers were just too difficult to read. So that's where we had somebody that was testing with us says, use pips. So then we changed to the little pips numbers and we changed everything. So we went through different phases of game testing that helped us determine like what needs to be fixed, what needs to be better.
How's our volume doing?
A little better.
Are we better?
A little better?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And of course, like, we went from this box, and we were able to condense it down into a nice, sort of more travel-friendly game.
Yeah, I love that it's more portable. I mean, I'm a little bit sad because the bigger box, you do get to see the artwork more. And it is real, and like the artwork on this is gorgeous. So.
Oh, thank you. So we ended up just reworking the game and just kept tweaking it a little bit. Most of the mechanics had been worked out with the way that the cards work with each other. So it was mostly just fine tuning and then ultimately creating this nice shiny how-to book. So it ended up being really, really cool. And all the keywords are in the back. Any word that appears. I tried to make this as user-friendly as I could. I had to design it and write it, and I had never done it before. So I think it was good. So, all right, how are we doing, Andrew? We good?
All good.
Do we want to start going into working on the playthrough and talking about the game?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So I like to describe this as a mix between Magic the Gathering and chess. And the cards are used to control your character on the board. It's a mix of Magic the Gathering and chess with... I was really influenced in watching Avatar: The Last Airbender when I was doing this game. So there's a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender in this game. So...
There's a couple things that you talked about setup. We want to make sure that we have tokens on all four corners.
Mhm.
We set out some wound cards and some focus cards. This is the stack that we're going to build our choose from and our buy from. We have these handy dandy reminder cards, which are very helpful. And then you have a card that...
This is your character tracker card. So
Yep.
basically this helps track the turns in the training phase and your hit points in the combat phase. So, and
The training phase, we set it to 3.
yes. So in the first round, there are 3 turns in the training phase. Then there's 4 turns in the second round, 5 turns in the third round. In the combat phase, you start with 10 hit points. The second round, you start with 15 hit points. And on the third round, you start with 20 hit points. These tokens in the corner are what are called favors. And these favors, each of these are 2 hit points. You can go up to them and you can use your cards to attack them and you can gather them. And then ultimately, you get the favors from taking these tokens in the corner, from knocking an opponent out of the arena, and also being the last. You get 2 for that, and then you get another favor for being the last person standing in that round. And what the favors are used for is in the training phase. As you will see, the favors are used to sort of help boost your buy value so you can get higher cards in the training phase. And then in the combat phase, 2 favors will allow you to draw another card on your turn. And you can only do that once. So I'm going to go ahead.
Once per round or once per game?
Once per turn.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you can't like have like stack up 10 favors and all of a sudden just draw 5 cards. So
Like it's all mine.
ah! So we, like I said, we've tried to keep the game as balanced as possible. Every player starts with the same core deck. So basically we are monks that are coming to train and we're all coming as equals. Nobody has a stacked deck that's above us. We're all the same. So each core deck, we will have 4 move cards. You basically have 4 move cards. You will have 2 buy cards. And then you have 2 attack cards. So everything that you need to start your training in the arena.
And all this information is in the handy dandy user guide.
All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come and we're all going to start the training phase. Okay? And there is a trainer pool. And so in this first turn, we basically have 6 cards that we lay out, 6 different trainers that can be trained with. If you have duplicates or 3 of the same color, we have to change them out. There we go. So to start off, we have a training pool. And the way the training pool works is we're going to take turns and then we're going to use our cards to buy and train for more higher valued cards. Everybody shuffle their cards. Now the way that the shuffling and the way that your cards work is you have a draw pile, you have a sort of a play section. You should have 4 cards in your hand. So go ahead and place out your draw pile and draw 4 cards. At the end of your turn, you should always draw up to 4 cards in your hand. Okay. So draw, and then as we play, all of the cards will go into the discard pile. When the draw pile gets empty, we take the discard pile, we shuffle it up, and then we put it back as the draw pile. Unless cards that are in play in that turn don't get reshuffled in. Because usually there might be a spell that is in play, and what you can risk is that spell going into the discard pile, and then on that same turn, that card coming back up into the same hand. So
Keith, this is just the buying part of the game,
Yes.
right? So my person doesn't go on the board yet.
Nope.
We're not moving yet.
Nope.
Okay,
We're just in the
buying
training
for-
phase.
Okay, training and buying for the first couple of rounds.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead. I've got 4 cards. I'm going to place them down. Now, on the card, there is a cost value of what the value of the card is, and then there's a buy value, a move value, and an attack value. The buy value, in the training phase, you take the buy value of all 4 cards and you add them together. So I've got 0, 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 buy value. I can buy cards of either 3 cost or less. So like this 5, the 4, the 5, I can't buy those. I will buy this focus card here.
All right, I have 4 cards, and the buy pips tell me that I have 1, 0, 2, 3, 4 total. So I can buy an opportunity strike for 4, a mind trick for 4, a shove for 4, or a 2 for focus.
Those are some really good
I
4s.
think I will go for some 4s, and I'm going to try the opportunity strike.
While you do that, I'm going to change out the battery just in case. I'll keep going.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm such a big spender. I've got nothing. I've got 2. I've got 1. I've got 3 total that I can spend. So I think
Hold up, we need to replace.
Yep.
Stunning blow.
Yep, I'm gonna be a big spender and buy me some focus. And
It's
then-
always good to get that focus in the beginning.
Yep, and then that's discarded. Draw back up to 4. And on to you, Keith.
All right, I've got 2, 4, 6. I have.
Oh, we have to move our.
Yes,
thing
move down to
from
2.
3 to 2.
Okay. So I've got a buy value of 6. I can get everything but that stunning blow. I'm gonna take mage armor. Just a real quick, this stasis field, that's Luke Skywalker in the Bacta tag. I put some Easter eggs in some of these.
It does look like he's about
Say,
to hatch.
see if you can find the Easter eggs.
It's an homage. It's not copy.
It's an
No
homage.
copyrighted images were
Doesn't
in the
even
making
look-
of this game.
And if you think you found an Easter egg, message Keith
Yes.
and make him laugh.
All right, so it is now my turn and I have 2, 3, 0, 4. So let's look at 4. I think I will take a shove.
Shoves are so much fun. People just go flying through the air, and then things fall out of them. And then
Wait, hang on. Fun for whom?
the collector.
Okay, so there's our Marvel Easter egg. Okay, I've got 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. I've got 5. I can spend. Let's see what I want. I mean, I'm sort of tempted to buy Luke Skywalker now. Ooh, target is invincible and asleep.
Luke Skywalker-ish.
Luke Skywalker adjacent.
Mental clarity is really good if you're going with sort of like a spell heavy hand. There are 2 types of cards. There are ability cards and there are spell cards. Mental clarity is a card that if you use it as a discard, you can draw another card. All spells in this game require a discard. So if you cast a spell with mental clarity as your discard, you get to draw a card from your draw pile back into your hand during that turn.
And we have one more round of the training phase, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm buying the mind trick. I get more cards. Maybe.
Yes.
If I'm lucky.
Now, this usually in the first 2 turns to get sort of a training phase card, you want to shuffle and hope that you pull it up in this 3rd turn.
If I get lucky.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
I mean, my goal is pretty much always to lose the first round I play, because I assume it will.
It's a good way to learn. And there's 2 simple trades. Be sure to shuffle your decks. It's hard when it's new because all the cards are all up in each other.
Well, I don't want to like bend them, get them all bent. These ones, they're all
Don't
pretty
get
new.
bent. 2,
Yeah, but this is my game.
3, I have got 4. I'm going to go ahead and take the simple trade.
Let's get our special guest to show off the simple trade. If you want to grab this, we'll get the next card off the deck and bring it over to the camera so we can see what the next card is.
Okay.
Oh, take it over to the camera.
That's a spell card that is teleport, and that basically that card will allow your character to be able to move up to 6 spaces. You can also move other people on the board too. You can move anybody.
Thank you, Special Assistant.
Thank you.
Great art.
Okay.
I think it's your turn to go shopping.
I did. It's your
you
turn.
shopped. Okay. you
Okay.
shopped.
Yeah, I got confused there for a second.
I got distracted because we had an awesome
Yep.
assistant.
3, 4, 6.
That's good. Arcane Focus is a
looks
good
like
card.
a wonderful card.
It is a wonderful card.
It says draw 3.
That card is vicious with another card called Arcane Resonance that allows you to pull a spell out of your discard pile without a discard, using a discard to cast it. So you can ultimately cast Arcane Focus 2 times in a turn if you have Arcane Resonance.
Sadness. My strategy of like, get 5 extra currency failed. So
No.
I got 3 tokens to spend. But hey.
Counterspell!
It's mine.
That's a good, yeah, Counterspell is a wonderful, wonderful card. All right, I think that's the end of the training phase.
Yep. Alright. So,
Okay, so all of our cards go
Yes.
back and they get shuffled up.
All of your cards
Wait,
get
wait, I-
shuffled back up together again.
we made our deck.
And all of these cards now going into the discard in the trainer pool, and they are no longer available. Don't worry, we have a lot more.
And our little magnifier
Yes,
goes
goes
to
10.
10. And our person goes to the board.
Also, like,
Monk.
in the amount of times I've been playing over 3 years, we have never, I don't think we've ever run out of cards, like, for the trainer pool. So, it's,
Sounds like a goal.
it was well designed. All right, so let's shuffle.
Now we gotta do buy tokens and beat each other up.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for some atmospheric lighting while you do that. Dum 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 dum.
Oh, that's really dark.
I can't see the cards now.
Yeah, we can't read.
Yep, that's
It is nicely ominous and atmospheric, and
Okay.
I feel afraid. So we're good. Okay, so we draw up to 4?
Draw up to 4 cards.
Round 1, fight, says Jeffrey Hall.
Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. Jeff is my companion on our Saturday night Civilization campaigns.
And what channel is that on?
It's on my Civ Painter, CIVPAINTER channel on Twitch. We are down because my main computer is down until hopefully next week. I'll get it back. But we should be back up and running on Saturday nights in February. And it basically, we just teach people how to play Civilization. It's basically sort of like a training, but playing at the same time.
Sid would approve.
I hope I would really like to have lunch with that guy. All right, so are we ready for combat? So now we've trained with the trainers, and now we're going to go into the arena and we're going to spar and we're going to see how we match up against each other. So I am going to go ahead and move. I'm going to move towards this favor because I want to take that favor.
And here's where we really care about the cards, because we've got the buy, we've got the move, we've got the
Exactly.
attack.
Well, in the combat phase, we're going to be mostly focused on the move and the attack values on the cards, which are on the right side of the card. Okay, the buy and the cost value are typically used in the training phase, which are the values on the left side of the card. So it's just kind of, we're kind of dividing them up a little bit. So, so I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to attack for 2. And I'm going to take this favor. That goes there. And then I am going to move 2 towards the center. And that is the end of my turn. It is your turn.
Now, hold on a second. I just noticed that you moved diagonally. Can I do that in this game?
Absolutely.
Oh, do I always have to move in one direction?
No, not at all. You can zigzag, because sometimes you want to zigzag around the back side of a character.
Okay, all right. So, in that case, I'm going to move, I liked what you did. I think I'm going to do it too. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to attack for 2, and that gives me a little favor.
Favor?
And I'm going to discard that, and I'm going to hold 2 in my hand.
Mm-hmm. And then just
Okay.
draw up to 2, and the drawing is the end of, signifies the end of your turn.
So now I have 4 cards in my hand.
Yep.
All right.
So as a purely hypothetical question, what happens if we get a buy card in our hand? Can we still buy things?
Nice catch.
Wow.
That did not go well.
Sorry.
And Andrew just scored really high on agility. It's
The
safe, can't we?
the buy card still has a move and attack value on it.
Okay, so we
So
can't use it to buy.
You
during-
can't. You
during
there's,
combat,
yeah. There's
it's
nothing
really
to buy in
yeah.
combat. It's just you're using the move or the attack value. Or those are the cards that I tend to like to use as discards for spells.
Makes sense. Okay, so I am going to take a cube, move 3, attack 2, give myself a shiny favor of my very own. And I am going to do some sprinting and move 3 and 2, 5.
Okey-dokey.
And that's me.
End of turn. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get over there. I don't have a lot. Actually, don't have a lot of attack value in my hand at the moment. So like, I would be able to move all the way over there, but I wouldn't be able to attack it, and then that would put me vulnerable to anybody else coming that direction to be attacked on the next turn. So I'm just going to kind of move and position myself over there, and then I am going to cast Mage Armor onto myself. So basically, Mage Armor puts this shield around me and gives me 6 more hit points.
Now, these are good points for you, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
now instead of 10 hit points, I have 16.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So any like damage that is coming at me, I can divert to this card.
Okay, but your health tracker goes up to 16 now. Is that true?
No, it stays
Oh,
at 10.
okay,
I keep it stays at 10.
Okay.
It's counted here.
Okay, but when somebody tries
Yeah.
to take it away, you're like, no, here,
Yeah,
have this.
exactly.
Okay, I got
Now,
you.
what's hard is if somebody has like a break free card, they can just play that card on their turn and they can just totally take all of this away.
That would be so horrible.
That'd be sad.
If you look at the art for mage armor and the art for the box, you can see a character with a mage armor that has been damaged.
Well, lucky for you, I don't have one of those. So I'm going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move 3 more. 1, 2, 3.
I know how this is going to end. I'm not going out favor. I'm pretty sure I lost this sprint.
Yeah, the 3-player is very dynamic because it really is like who's going to get that third favor. It puts a different unbalance into the game, which is a lot of fun sometimes.
But you kind of have a choice between
So-
sprint to attack your friends or sprint to steal
I
China.
have an attack, but it's got a move of 2.
You can use that to move.
So I can use that to move, but then I'd need something else to get it.
You can use this card to move to and then
Mhm.
attack it with this.
Ah, okay, we'll do that. I'm just gonna try to get somebody with that, but I'll move
And
that,
you can only move
and I'll
one.
take it with this.
You only, if you wanted to just move one
One
space, you
space
can
you
use
could
one
have.
also.
Okay,
So like you can move up to
To-
the value,
okay.
but not more than.
and then if I wanted to engage in combat with somebody, I would just need to be adjacent to them, not right on top of them, correct?
Unless you have a spell card.
Okay. Well, no, you kind of just stole something I wanted, so first off I'm going to move you. And then I am going to... Oh, I guess I can attack you with everything. Okay. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not here, so we can see it.
How do you have 5 cards?
Cards.
Wait, because I probably drew up one too many.
Yeah, so one of them has to go away.
Yeah. Toss that one then. Okay, so I'm going to attack you for 3.
Put them on this, so we can see who they are.
3 moves.
She's
Okay.
got moves like Jagger.
Yep. So attack Mel for 3. What happens now?
You do you have a block or something that can divert that attack? Nope.
Okay.
That is
That's
a
the closest
opportune
one.
strike is a trigger. If she would have moved when she moves away from you, then that triggers, and then you
Okay.
and then you do what's in here.
Okay.
So
got it.
I would at least hold that.
Yes.
Because if she would
Okay.
move on the next turn, then you can get an extra strike on
Okay,
her.
so, I'm sorry, how much, what have you done
3.
to me?
3 damage.
Okay, so I am down to 7. Okay,
Not... And I don't get to like steal any of her favors or anything like that.
No.
I'm just doing damage.
There are no cards that steal favors from people.
Too bad. Okay, so drawing back up, so I get 2 cards and I shuffle. So do I draw 2 and shuffle, or shuffle them all together?
You shuffle them all together.
okay.
At the yeah, just shuffle it all up. Okay, so I'm gonna move to. I'm gonna be careful, knowing that you have that opportune strike, to not to land
Should've
next to
showed
you.
him that.
Well, I knew you had it, but now I know it's in your hand.
Now I know it exists.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it just for the sake of showing the game and showing,
Okay.
because there is a mechanism that needs to be shown in there. So I'm going to go ahead and move 3. So I'm going to move up next to you, and then I am going to bop Abby for 2. So I take. Do you have a block or any way to divert damage?
No.
Okay, so then you do 2 damage to receive 2 damage. Then I'm going to do 1 damage to you.
Okay. I'm down to 6.
All right, and then I'm going to move away. I'm going to move back. But
I have a trigger.
opportune strike.
Opportune strike, and it says, play on opponent retreat, play as an attack, and draw 1 card. So, there's 2 in the attack, and I'm attacking you because you're retreating.
And then since I have mage armor, I'm going to take it off of the armor.
Okay. Now you take 2 away or 1 away?
I take 2 away.
Okay, because this was 2 when it was
Yeah.
here, so I was just clearing it.
And then you draw an extra
And
card.
then I draw an extra card. Alrighty, and then this goes in my discard pile. Okay.
Yep. And then that goes into my discard pile, and then I'm going to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the end of my turn.
Now, it is my turn, and I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to attempt to do this. I have 1 with an attack of 1, 1 with attack of 1, and 1 with attack of 1. I'm going to stay right here and give Abby 3.
Yes. So
You know what? That's fair. Taking me down to 5.
and will you
I'm
hold on to
out.
that? Will you hold on? Are you going to hold on to that
Well, I was
last
going to
card?
hold on to this one.
Okay, so then just
but-
this.
Okay, and then
And really, the discard pile should be up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And see, now I've got the
Mostly
terrible
just so it
dilemma.
doesn't get confused,
I was
huh?
gonna say, and you could just stand here and fight with me if you wanted to.
Yeah, but now it's a dilemma, because do I stay here and duke it out with you, or do I take my revenge on somebody who's entirely overly armored? And it doesn't benefit either of
I'm
us for
just
him to be overly
protecting
armored.
myself.
yeah, that's what they all say. Especially because I could do damage. You know what? I don't hold a grudge. I did attack you first, Mel. So I'm gonna move 3 on the diagonal to say hi to Keith. And how much damage can I do to you? Okay, 1, 2, and I got attack 2, 4, 5.
You do 5.
5 damage.
So I go down to 5.
Wait, doesn't it also remove some of your?
Oh, thank
base
you.
spells?
Thank you so much. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you for getting those stupid pieces of armor off. So right now we can hurt you properly.
Oh, actually, no, that stays there because it doesn't go into the discard pile when it's done.
That's all of my cards in my turn.
Okay.
But now we can attack him now. You're welcome.
Okay.
I guess technically you can attack me 2 at a time.
And how many hit points do you have?
Not that many. Why? It's a funny question, Keith.
You're lucky.
I'm nice. I'm hoping to equalize the board for everybody. Also, you haven't attacked Nolly yet this turn. I'm just saying.
Yes, I have. Well, not this. Yes,
Well,
I have
not-
this
well, not-
round.
well, okay, this
Yeah, I came by and I hit you and I hit both.
Oh, that's
I
forever ago.
was
It
an
counts.
equal opportunity attacker.
That was forever ago. It doesn't count. That was so long ago. Everybody's forgotten. And
Okay.
really, if you spent time to cast that through logic, that was 5 minutes ago. That
So
doesn't
I
happen.
do have a question though. How many
Sure.
times do we go around on the combat round?
Till everybody, till there's one person left.
Oh, okay. So until somebody dies and the next person dies.
Well, you just
then-
get gently
or-
pushed
well,
out of the
yes,
arena.
Because you're down.
Nobody died.
Are you down to
There's
one?
no blood in this
Are
game.
you down to one?
Fireball.
Are you down
Just
to
get
one
gently
when my
dented.
health is at 1
Zero.
or when my health is at 0?
Zero. It's
Okay.
when
so
you're at
when
0.
so when I really need to go have a nap.
Yeah, because at the end of one you're just hanging on, and then at the end of one it just goes into the center, and
Okay.
you go back into default mode.
Okay.
Which is spa mode, where we go back to the nice
Yes,
sauna.
you know,
and get a
you go
massage.
into the little tub and you get the little like bath
I
massage
gotcha.
sauna. You know,
Some
getting
vitamins.
ready for the next
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
So
Now.
Okay.
okay, so it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit you, Abby, for 2.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna move 3 over to here. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to hit you for 1.
Okay.
I mean, I do appreciate the sequel opportunity. Like,
And then I'm going to move 3 over to here. Is that opportune strike back in your hand?
the mysterious card that we don't know that you have, that we're pretending we don't know you
Well,
have. But everybody knows you
she
have.
is reshuffled, so it's gone back in. It can potentially
Okay.
be back into her hand. 1. Yeah, so like now I only have 1 draw card left here. So I take the 1, I shuffle everything, and then I put that back. And then I draw 3 to have 4.
Okay. I'm playing a card that does nothing. It doesn't move, doesn't attack, doesn't do anything.
Are you playing it for the 3 cards?
Oh, no. Then I'm holding this card. Sorry.
Okay, so it's your turn.
So I can only play 3 cards. I can't play all 4 this time.
Were you trying to discard that card?
Wait, no, it's your turn. You can play all
Right.
of your cards.
Oh, okay.
But if you're going to play the Arcane Focus to draw the 3 cards, you're going to have to discard an extra card
Oh,
with it.
this is okay. This lets me draw 3 from here.
Yes.
Okay.
But to play it, you're going to have to discard a card.
Okay. All right.
You don't have mental clarity, do you?
Actually, I am going to do something completely different. Okay.
Okay, Monty Python.
I'm going to move 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to move 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever. I want to be next to you, and then I'm going to shove you.
Okay, where are you shoving? Where are you shoving me? So what this does is, so you're first off you have to you're shoving me, which is an attack.
Attack,
So that
right.
does
So
one
there's
that does
one.
1 damage, I go down to 9. And then move defender up to 3 spaces. If I end up next to a wall, I discard a card.
Okay.
And the wall is the edge.
Okay, so if I move you 1, 2, 3, you're still up against the wall.
And I have to discard a
You
card.
have to discard a card. Okay.
And then I only have 3 on the next one.
Okay.
And yeah, I see why you like the shove card. That's handy.
Okay. Thank you for letting me shove you, since this is a new experience.
Aikido, I know how to fall.
Took lots of practice. And meanwhile, you still have more health points than any of the rest of us.
I also did have mage armor.
Yep. It's a good thing we fixed that. Okay, so I'm going to start by moving 3, 1, 2, 3, because, well, anyway, 3 damage to you, Keith.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And that puts us at roughly exactly the same.
I'm at 6, you're at 5, and you're at 3.
3.
Okay, my turn.
Technically, I could be attacked right now, I guess.
Abby, Bippity, Boppity. Bye.
You're very clear. There is no such thing as bad. Therefore, I'm going to go out for my massage. I'll see y'all later.
Go.
And
You just pull it off the board.
Just lie there
Yes.
sadly. It's like, well, I got cold. Just give me a pack of ice.
And because I kicked you out of the arena this round, I get 2 favor.
And do I care? Do I all of my current favor?
You just hold on to it.
Okay.
So it's mostly typically like I like to use it in the training phase, but I do like to try to keep at least 2 for an emergency hit. Like if I need it, like if I'm in a situation and I need to draw another card in the combat phase, I'll take the 2 favors, and so I try to at least keep 2 favor in reserve
Okay.
for the final round.
Let's talk about this special arcane focus card that allows me to draw 3.
Sure.
Avenge me. Avenge me.
Arcane Focus is a spell, and every spell requires you to discard a card. So you have to place that card down and then discard a card with it.
I will place this card down. I will discard. Oops, discard pile was supposed to be up. I will discard that card.
Okay, now you get to draw 3.
1, 2, 3. Now, how many cards am I allowed to play on this hand?
Technically,
All of them?
there is this little loophole in this game, is if you decide that you want to keep all of those cards now, you can start the next round with 5 cards. That's the only way that you would ever be able to start a round with a turn with more than 5 cards. But I've got 6. So if you have a move card and then 4 cards that add up to 6 attack value, you can knock me out.
So, I either get to gamble that you don't have enough to do 5 damage to me, and I get to see what I can do to you next time. I think I'm gonna gamble.
You might as well. We're here.
So you're going to pass your
So
turn?
I'm gonna pass my turn. I've done my turn.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
Of course, isn't he just going to come attack you anyway?
He probably is. I'm hoping that I can survive and
I could be mean.
that's fine. I mean,
I can move 3. 1, 2, 3. I am going to hit you for 1.
No.
So I'm down to 4.
Hit you for 2.
Ouch.
Ah, I'm down to 2.
Hit you for another 1.
Ah, I'm down to 1.
And I think I'm going to draw a card.
Ah,
Another one.
no, darn.
I wanted to do that to show how the favorites
Right.
get. That's why you want to keep 2 favors.
But look, he's so close to me, and I could have done if he had.
I'm already in
not-
the sauna.
If he had done that, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alrighty.
One of the strategies is in this game on the turn is you usually don't want to end your turn next to somebody. So you would always want to take like your last card to at least pull one space away, because then that person has to spend at least one card moving to you.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you just let them attack you with all of their vices.
We have a question in chat. Doesn't shove deal an extra damage when they hit a wall?
Yes, that is correct. That must be Chris.
Hi, Mystery Chris.
Thank you, Chris. I forgot to take that off, but it still doesn't.
And actually, it says that on the card. We just didn't read it.
My bad. I'm thinking too much. Oh. So that's basically, I get two, now, and the reason, like, I get that 2 favor back for knocking you out, and then I get 1 for being the last person. So.
And that concludes a combat.
That concludes a round. So we've gone through a training phase, and we've gone through a combat phase. So
at this point, what we would do is pull out our original cards again, discard the cards that we purchased.
all the cards,
retrain,
no.
Or we keep them.
You
You're
keep
building
them
your
all.
deck.
Keeps the stone
We're built. Yeah, this is like when you get to the tornadoes and you get to the stunning blows and you get to the 7 value cards. That's where the fun begins.
Do you want to try a second training round?
Do you want to go through another training round?
Up to y'all.
I'm game for it.
What time do we have?
It's 1:45.
Okay, I can do
We
one
can
more
go through,
training round.
a quick training round.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and flip all of those out. So we got Flurry of Blows.
That's a duplicate.
We've got Sleep. Sleep's such a good one. Crippling Sickness.
We have a
That's a hard one.
That's a duplicate, so that one goes
Yeah.
away. Illusion and Cleanse the Mind.
Illusion is a great card when you tie it with another illusion card as the discard, and you throw 2 illusions out there, so it's sort of like a double illusion.
Interesting.
Cleanse the Mind is one of the cards that you can use to help clear your deck. So like when you use it as either a move or a buy, and you discard it, you can then use it to take that and 2 other cards and put them into this discard pile,
The discard
and
discard pile.
they're gone from your hand.
So Keith, I've been a fan of your artwork for a very long time, and I know that your partner, Chris, put together, like the mechanics of the card, but I think it would be really interesting to play sort of an insightful, like tarot-like deal, just to sort of like, ask the world a question and then throw some of these out and be like, oh, is this something that I need to sleep on? Is this something that needs to clean the mind? Is this something that's, like really bringing up anger in me? So,
Funny you should say that.
I did not prime this question.
When I was working on the artwork and we were getting to the end, and it's like I was kind of like randomly picking a card every day to work on that card. So like I would do sort of like I used a card as an Oracle Tarot deck, and I would use it like, oh, today is a stunning blow kind of day. Anybody that gets in my way, I am going to stun them and walk away. So yeah, I like
metaphorically.
As a tarot reader myself, I did use the concept of how tarot decks are designed. So there's a lot of cards, like the artwork and symbolism does work with each other, and they can be used as an oracle deck if you want to use them that way. Because like, for example, like you draw illusion. What is real and what is not real in your daily day. So
it's just kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I've noticed that as we've started playing it, that, some of them I think are a little bit more difficult, but I think some of them are very
Sleep is a great card to wake up to.
Go back
I'm
to
going
sleep.
back to bed.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't tried a whole lot of stuff, but like that people would think was far out there. But I did try some past life regression with somebody, and I just kept thinking about going to sleep. And finally, we just decided that it was not time to do this. That I needed to rest, and so I think sleep can be really insightful too.
Sounds like he was chronically overworked and needed sleep.
I'm chronically overworked in this life.
As it was, so it shall be.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go through another buy value.
Yes.
I mean, a training phase.
Let's go shop. We're going shopping.
We're going shopping!
It's a shopping round.
Now, do we always start with you, or do we start with the last person standing? Or
Normally, you would use a regular house dice to, or just any way that you want to use to determine on who goes first. Sometimes drawing a card from here and whoever has the highest cost value goes first. Highest cost card goes first is another way of doing it. That's in the beginning. As we come out of the combat phase, the award for winning the round is I get to pick first.
Okay, excellent.
And a lot of people might think that, that might be riches favoring the winner. This game is really well balanced where you can actually win the first 2 rounds and still lose the 3rd round.
Unfortunately, we won't get to practice that tonight, but I look forward to seeing that happen in the future.
All right, Mr. Winner, you're supposed to go shopping now.
Winner, winner, winner. Okay, so I'm going to go shopping. And let's see, training. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to take that illusion card. I will take the illusion card.
Having so carefully explained how useful it is. He's like, nope, mine.
By the way, put your counter to 4 on your card.
Oh, thank you.
So we're counting down. In this training phase, the last one we had 3 turns. This one will have 4. The next one we will have 5. And that's the end of mine. So now it is your turn.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can spend.
Anything but that. Well, you can still get to sleep if you want to spend a favor.
You could give Keith some creeping sickness next time. You ran into him.
Man, that card's vicious.
Hey, that card's really vicious.
That card is really vicious. That's Yeah, that card's vicious.
A comment from YouTube chat. I think Keith did an amazing job of mixing the martial arts, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Dragon Ball Z vibe of the gameplay with the Tarot style that his art generally has. And Jeffrey Hall says, Plinko involves dropping somebody off a wall sign. Arcane Edition, the price is right.
Sure, I'm going to buy this one. Just to be buying it.
I mean,
could we get another card?
Yes.
With that much build-up, you may as well. And I've got 1,
Tornado!
2, and 2. I've got 5 to spend. So, no, I'm not buying.
You have up to 6.
Because you could use
You have a favor.
Right. Yeah, what does Trip do? Ooh, attach to defender. Target can't move. That's a sacrifice. Oh, I want a crippling cut. That's cool. Kind of neat. Kind of cool.
Let me see the crippling cut real quick. So yeah, crippling cut. When this deals damage, attach to the defender. A target takes 1 damage for each space they move. Then you throw the shove on them. That moves them 3 spaces. And then you do 1 point of damage for each space that you shove them.
Hold it up so everyone can see it. There we go. Thank you.
Okay, and now we've bopped these down to 3 again. So keep track of these.
2 tornadoes. Runner's high. Okay, so me turn. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I am going to hold the focus, and then I'm going to use these cards to get Cleanse the Mind. And I'm just going to discard the focus. I'm holding the focus. Resounding Shield.
Okay, I have a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I will take a flurry of blows.
Stunning Blow.
And I've got a 0, a 1, a 1, a 2, so I've got 4 to spend.
Well, and a favor, so you could
And a
have up
favor.
to 5.
True.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about the favor.
Resounding Shield's really good because any attack that comes at you gets bounced back at them for it bounces back at them and the attacker gets 2 damage.
Sold. Also, that one's super pretty. I really love the art on that one. If you need to see really, really pretty artwork.
Okay. Make sure you are down to 2. Okay. So I'm going to play Simple Trade, and if played as a buy, which I am doing, I get to draw 2 cards.
Handy.
Okay, so then I've got, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to take Tornado. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. I have an arcane focus, which
Has
a
0.
0 on the buy, and this draw 3 cards
It does not
have
only in
anything
combat.
to do with it. Alrighty. So then I have another 0 buy and another 0 buy, and so I'm not going to buy anything, and I'm going to discard and I'm going to hold 1.
And then draw 3.
And then draw 3 for my next turn, and I will go down to 1.
And I've got a 0, a 1, a 1, a 2, so back to 4. What is... Ooh, Aimed Strike. When played as an attack, this card's attack value becomes 4. Okay.
That is the only card that's got a 4 pip on it. Everything else goes up to 3.
And move our thingies down to 1.
Okay. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to spend 1 favor and take trip. And that's the end of my buying phase. It is your turn.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yes. Mage armor.
I liked your mage armor last time. I think
That
I
is
will
a
get one of
That
those.
was, the mage armor was beautiful. I mean, I hated it, but it's a love-hate thing.
Then you should take break free. No, okay, just a little bit of strategy. I have mage armor. She has mage armor. Break free will remove that mage armor.
You could talk me into it. Meanwhile, that like add 5 currency has finally come out. So I got 5, 6, 7.
Also, it is a spell.
Maybe cast in the training phase.
Yes, but you have to use a discard to cast it. So one of the cards has to get removed.
Okay.
So whichever is
Good.
typically whatever's the lowest buy value of those other 3 is what I would get rid of.
Arcane Arena asked, what did you discard for Simple Trade? I'm thinking he's asking you, Mel.
What did I discard?
Did
for
I discard
simple
for-
tricks? Simple
And Arcane Arena says you can't cast spells in combat.
Simple Trade is an ability.
I'm glad that had nothing to do with me because I don't know what he was talking about.
You can't cast spells outside of combat, is what he said. Alright.
Okay. So anyway, using Mind Trick, discarding a move card, and I'm gonna get a break free. And with that,
Nope, that doesn't get drawn because
Yeah,
that's the end.
because we're done.
Yep.
yeah, I think that's
That's the end of the training phase.
Alright, Keith, anything else we should know about the game?
Enjoy it, and we will. For those that did miss our Kickstarter, we are going to have them for sale on our website, arcanearenaboardgame.com. We will have them available on our website sometime in middle of February. So that's when we'll have more available to the general public. But everybody that has ordered through the Kickstarter should be good to go. I believe everybody except me has received theirs. But I think I've tracked down where mine ended up. So I don't know, Chris, does Chris in the chat have anything he would like to add? Chris and we spent about 3 years on this game. It's our pandemic baby. So it was really fun to be able to get lost in this world during the pandemic and work on the artwork for this game. And I want to thank you, Andrew, for bringing us on board here to do this with Georgia Game Developers Association. Is it association or alliance?
Association.
Association. Got it.
Alright.
It's a sign.
he just kind of quietly popped it out.
Where did that come from?
It's always there, hanging there.
Suddenly you realize this is a branded event.
Alright. Well, thank you, Abby. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Mel.
We do also, just another thing, we do have training video links on our website for anybody that is learning the game and wants a good video for learning the basics of it.
And Jeffrey Hall says he got his a couple weeks ago. I assume it means his edition of it, and not just that he got his. With violence.
One hopes. But this is Arcane Arena, who knows? So.
Alright, so thank everyone for joining us.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight and play.
And just remember the 2 taglines from this week. Violence is an illusion, a painful, painful illusion. And the other tagline, of course, was, now I can hurt you properly.
And I have to give one final Avatar The Last Bender quote. Death is an illusion, and so are pants.
Especially during the pandemic. When everybody's home anyway.
All right, everybody. Take care.